Salutations, friends and strangers of the interwebs. Welcome back to the channel, Stevie Wonder Woman. I am said Stevie, and today I got a disassembly of this little guy right here. Um, yeah. I am going to do a disassembly, cleaning, and reassembly of my Vero Axon frame lock. I did a review, kind of an overview video on this, and I realized I want to keep this, so I want to Loctite it, um, take it apart. I haven't seen the inside of it yet, and then maybe do some, put some skiffs in it. So this is kind of just basic knife maintenance 101. You're not going to see anything fancy here. Um, I got a bottle of. I got my cleaning tools here. So I got my uh, alcohol. I got some Loctite. I got this is an all T8 knife. I got my iFixit driver with my T8 bit there. I like I said, I got some rocket glides from Skiff, and then we'll decide which lube I want to use. I got some Gunny Glide. Ooh, controversial. He's getting controversial, folks. I got Gunny Glide and I got some KPL. I don't really have a preference on any of these. I usually use a dab of the KPL Heavy on the detent, and then it's whatever is within reach. Um, and then of course we'll give it a wipe down, a nice cleaning. So yeah, let's just break into this right here, right now. So this is you have to disassemble this from the lock side. Like I said, all T8. We have the pivot screw, two body screws. This is to adjust the or that holds in the lock bar insert. So we're not going to have to mess with that. So let's just go ahead and I'm going to take out the back body screw first. Try to keep these in order so I can put them back together in order, or put them back into the spots they came out in. So, as I mentioned in my other Axon video, this pivot has had to be tightened a few times. It's gotten loose on me and has caused the blade to be off center. And that's just because of all the flipping I've been doing with this bad boy. And I think that once I Loctite that down, that won't be a problem. So there is it exposed. Yeah, so the pocket clip, I'm going to turn this over for the first time. I'm going to assume that there's two screws holding this in on the backside. And there is. Are those T8 also? They are. So awesome. That's another plus with this knife. It's all T8 hardware. You only need one T8 Torx bit and one driver. You don't need multiple. No T6s, all T8. So looking in here, you can see we got some pockets milled out of the titanium scale that causes some weight relief, and then you see even more milling on that side as well. Is that a D-shaped pivot? Okay, that is a D-shaped pivot. So when I put that back together, okay, so that is also a D-shaped on that as well. So that'll line right up. So I'm going to take the bearings out, and I don't think I need to take it down past that. I'm not going to take the back spacer off. But I'm going to pull the pivot out of there. And what the, if that pops out, no. So I'm just going to give this a quick little spritz there. A little spritz there, spritz on the blade. So I have been using this, and it's gotten wet even. When I was doing some, I did. I took down all our Halloween decorations last week. So I'm just, as I'm talking, I'm just going to give this a rub down here. Wash off the washers. Wash off. Wipe down the washers there. But I took down our Halloween decorations, and it was pouring down rain while I did that. So this knife did get wet. I dried it off. Didn't let it just sit, but it got really dirty and it got really wet. So the blade I've kind of wiped down already, just because again it got pretty boogered up, and I did not want to. I take care of my knives, so I'd already wiped it down a little bit, but nothing internally. Um, so yeah, I want to make sure that I get all the little nooks and crannies nice and clean. It's not looking too bad though, I gotta say. So give that a nice little wipe down. Let's see, I sprayed down the bearing or the pivot as well. Nothing too fancy, obviously, with this knife. So let's see here. Well, I got some skiffs. The action is already good. And again, depending on who you talk to, bearings are not meant to improve action. They might help with the tolerances a little bit and maybe feel a little bit smoother, but the action all has, from what I've learned from Knife Nerd reviews and just paying attention, um, your action comes from the tolerances and your lock bar and the way the knife is tuned from the factory, right? So bearings can help. I think it's there's some placebo effect going on though. But I use skiffs. I've never tried Gillian's or any of the other ones. I use skiffs. These are the Rocket Glides. These are 5 millimeter 1/16. I assume that's what this size is. Best Tech is the OEM on this. Most, I think, overseas OEMs use 5 millimeter pivot barrels. So you're going to have 5 millimeter bearings. And let's just do a quick check before I get that all together. And yeah, that is an exact fit there. Not very loose around the pivot at all. Let's compare that on there. Whereas that is really loose on the pivot. I don't know if you can see there. It rocks back and forth considerably. Whoops. Whoops. I don't know if I'll get it on camera, but yeah, there's a lot of play on that using that washer. Whereas putting this washer on, the tolerance is a lot tighter. So again, these are upgraded bearings in this. They're both got ceramic balls in it. These are fully caged, phosphor bronze, I believe. You got the open side of the bearings on this. This is just the generic bearings there. So yeah, I may as well put in the skiffs. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna put this pivot back in here, and I don't remember which way it was facing. Was it facing with the flat towards the back of the knife? I think it were. Alright, so now before we get going, let's make a decision on lube. I think this is like the vanilla tobacco Gunny Glide scent. I have no dog in this fight. I just wanted to try him out. I don't know if that whole thing is calmed down or not, but there was a whole lube controversy going on earlier this year. I'm going to stay out of that. I'm going to use Gunny Glide, though. Gunny Glide works just fine for me, so I don't run my knives real wet. I put just a little dab there. I think I already wiped these bearings down. They usually, the bags of bearings that they come in, usually have like some sort of fluid, lubrication already on them, but I did just give that a quick wipe down. And let's just spin that around. You get that nice and lubed. I'll put just a little dollop on the pivot itself there. And then I already wiped the blade down. I'm going to give just the tiniest little on the blade side there. Another tiny little on the blade itself. I'll put a little, no, I'll do some KPL heavy on, just a little dab right there in the detint hole. And then I will put a little dab of there. And don't forget the bearing. Alright, that's it. I believe, right? Well, let me put a little dab of KPL on the detint ball itself. Just a little dab. So you can see I use my lube very sparingly. Okay, so that's where I need to capture that D on the pivot onto the... Oh, look at that. And boom goes the dynamite. That was way too easy. As it should be. As a good knife should be. Very easy to take apart and put back together. So that's all there. We'll go ahead and put in the back body screw. I didn't check to see if the clip was... maybe I did. But the clip screws, when I went to check to see if they were T8, those were both really snug. Or at least one of them was. I assume the other one is. This is not loose at all, so I'm not going to bother taking that back down and trying to snug those up. Last body screw here. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. I'll snug them down all the way until I have everything in. And then let's go ahead and put some Loctite on this. I guess I should probably clean this off. But yeah, let's put... I have liquid Loctite also, and I know that there's some other stuff that you can use. Lock or something. I use Loctite on a stick. A little goes a long way. Geez, that's definitely too much. So spread it around with the driver, then I'll clean off my driver. That's good there. So I don't think I needed too much on the Loctite. And I'll set this. I won't carry this weekend because I'll be carrying the Roxy 3 anyway. So I'll let this sit and cure for a while. So I should have dialed it in before I put the... I think it's going to be okay though. Well, out of the gate, I got it centered again. Wow. First try, I got it without even having to check. I sunk the screw down exactly where it needed to be. Really? That's a first. There is no blade play there at all. Centering is spot on. Yeah, I'd call that spot on. Check the action. Did it improve? Maybe a little? No, I mean, again, it is all psychosomatic as far as I'm concerned. I don't know how much this has benefited from the skiffs, but the action is still great. It didn't get worse, that's for sure. Wow, I'm surprised I nailed that, sinking that pivot right to where it needed to be. That's it. This is all cleaned, all lubed up, and Loctited. So yeah, I will let this sit over the weekend, let this cure, and I believe that'll help the pivot from backing out when I flip this thing ad nauseum. There you go, folks. That is a basic knife maintenance there, right? That wasn't difficult at all. So, yeah, that's it. Again, such an awesome looking knife. I just think it's the whole thing, the whole package. You heard me rant and rave for a half hour about this thing. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I have a video that I recently put out that explains my love for the Vero Axon frame lock. It's just fabulous. I really like it. And now it's going to be nice and perfect. Yep, that's it. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll try to do some more top-down videos here soon. I got a lot of stuff that I can do in this style. And until the next one, again, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you all. And deuces.